Hello, welcome back to All the Mods 10 to the Sky. We are going to build this crazy contraption in the back here, and this is the basic resource production for taking cobblestone, turn it into gravel, sand, and dust, and then sieving those particular materials into usable resources such as iron, gold, and whatnot. So yeah, it's going to utilize all these flux hammers you see over here and flux sieve over here. Okay, here's the basics of it. You take cobblestone from your cobblestone generator, whichever one you want to do, cobblestone generator, just get it. Just get the cobblestone. And then you shove it into a flux hammer right here. That's the machine right there. Just to do all the hammering for you. And then you break up the cobblestone into gravel. Then you split it 3 ways. Why 3 ways? Because you need to put the gravel into the sieve in order to get stuff from the gravel. And then the second path is just to have the gravel, because you never know when you need gravel for other things, make other things with gravel. And then the third one is going back into the hammer right there in order to hammer it down into sand. And then from that sand, we split that 3 ways yet again. And then we put one path into the sieve, another path just to keep, and then another path just to put back into the hammer in order to finally hammer that down into dust. And then we keep the dust for 2 paths. One path goes into the sieve, and then the other path we keep, for things like clay and stuff. So cool. So that's the basics of it. You can do whatever you want in order to build this craft. You don't have to go my way if you don't want to go my way, because I know in the episodes, like, I just fully dumped the integrated dynamic stuff because I couldn't deal with it. Because well, I want to save the integrated dynamic stuff for other things, It's like, yeah, just use simple pipes and stuff. Use simple pipes. I didn't want to have to deal with the network, and you can do whatever you want in order to deal with the integrated dynamics. And yes, I did have a little bit of an issue with the interface and stuff, but I solved it, as you can see in the later episodes. So cool. So anyway, what about the netherrack and the basalt and the blackstone and stuff like that? Well, you can just put like a drawer on top of this thing, and then I make like 3 sections of it for it. So I just put like a drawer on top of that thing, put it in the hammer, and then it gets hammered down, and then it just goes into the sieve, and then it gets into this particular drawer. Now, mind you, I didn't deal with the processing of this stuff because I'm still manually processing the ores, but I'll leave that to you. You can just shove all this stuff into your mechanism machines and your future mechanism machines, and then process that way automatically if you want to. But in this episode, I'm just showing you how I am going to deal with the sieving and the hammering automation of the part. So, cool. So yeah, stay tuned for that while I fumble around and make this crazy contraption. Hello, and welcome back to All the Mods 10 to the Sky. Today, we're going to do some more resource automation. Well, probably the beginning of the resource automation, really. So, yeah, let's get that started, shall we? Let me have another lie down first. And now, very small camper van. Very small camper van. See you later. Gotta air that place out. Alright, so anyway, we're gonna go down here and check things out here. Nothing much has changed. Left that spawner in the middle over there. Kind of make this a little bit bigger here. And, oh, look at that. We made our first geode. Right there. Right there. We'll use some stuff with this later on in another episode. Yeah, there are plenty of other GRs that you could make, so we'll check that out later. Anyway, over here, put some power cables down, made some more machineries, right there. Finally made a mechanical squeezer and a mechanical drying basin. Have a metallurgic infuser right there, enrichment chamber, the elite crushing factory, and a netherite furnace. Ooh, fancy that. So that means all these like regular old ass furnaces, they're kind of useless now. And yeah, they're just for looks now. So today, we're going to do some basic automation, and that is, well, we need to get sand, we need to get gravel, and we need to get dust. We need to automate that process. We don't want to keep hammering all day long. We got other things to do, So that means we need to make the flux hammer and a flux sieve right there. Now, I remember that back in the old days of modded Minecraft, there used to be 2 of these things. I'm not sure which one's which, but I think there was 2 hammers. Not quite sure. But I'm only seeing one, and that's the flux hammer right there. So we're going to use that one instead. And then we have the flux sieve right there. So let me check things out here. Do we have another flux sieve machine anywhere? I don't see one. So I'm guessing these are the ones to use. So yeah, I gone ahead and made those. Right there, we have 3 of those. And then we have 3 of the hammers right there. If I remember correctly, there used to be some kind of machine where you had to put a hammer in the machine, and then there was like some kind of random NPC in there working away at it. I don't know what that was. So yeah. Anyway, we need to set things up here, and let's see. We need to have the lava somewhere else in the cave. So if we just line this up here with the cable, we're gonna go all the way over here, and then we're gonna do it over here, right there. So yeah, right on this line over here. Now, what the heck happened over here? What? Okay, let's go ahead and set that up. I'm going to get this extra tank that I made early on, and I'm going to move it all the way over there. So first of all, we're going to need some cables, and of course we're going to use integrated dynamics. Don't worry, it's the easy stuff, you know, the basics. It's like heck, I know the intermediate stuff, or even mastered all the advanced stuff with integrated dynamics. It's just all basic stuff, easy stuff. Anyway, we're also going to need the mono-directional connectors right there. We're going to need 2 of these. Okay. Now, what this does in a previous episode, I did say something about these things, and these are the connectors that you use in order to link up your integrated dynamics network wirelessly. So that's what we're going to use. So let's see, with a line of sight right there. Okay. And we are on what? Y level what? 76? Okay, we're on 76. And this is that line over there, okay? Alright, this is still 76. Okay, that's still 76. And we're gonna line it right there. We're gonna put the tank right there. Okay, and it's gonna be up 1 more block. And then we'll put a cable right there. Then, we'll put one of the mono-directional connectors down right there. And that is, what, 35? Can I click this thing? It'll say 35 too. Or maybe like shift right click it? Will that work? Yeah, I need to place down the other one, and then it'll work, right? Okay. Okay, let's see. Now, how the heck are we gonna do this? Because we may need to change out the connectors over on that side now. So let's see. This one's an exporter, so this is regarded as a network, and we're pulling it out of the network and into the magnetic generator. Now there is going to be more than one fluid interface, so let me get that one. Let's see, fluid interface, okay. And then we're probably going to need to use the importer instead, the fluid importer. Okay. And then we are importing back into the network. So that means we are not regarding this as a network now. We are regarding the magnetic generator and the other side over there as the network. So that means we're going to have to get rid of this thing over here. And then we're going to get rid of this thing over here. And we're going to use the importer right there. And then we're going to import this lava tank back into the network. So I'm going to use a fluid interface over here. Okay, cool. And then, where's the card over here? Okay, import all fluids. We're still going to do that. And then, we're going to use a mono-directional connector right there. And that should be 38. I'm hoping that works. Okay, fine. Let's kind of inch closer and closer and see what happens. Maybe we'll put it like right here. Okay, let me get rid of this. Put this one down. Load interface. Okay. Okay, that one works. Alright, get rid of this. And then we're gonna put down the big tank. Alright, there we go. Nice. Alright, cool. I'll do the storage terminal thing. Can you see the liquids? Okay, it sees the liquids. Alright, cool. Now that we have lava over here, we're gonna place down this 8x magnetic generator. And then we're going to put that, I don't know what the heck we're going to put it. Maybe we'll put that like over here. We'll probably put that over here. And then from the tank, I'll run it into here. Okay, let's see. Or maybe we'll just like put it straight into here. How much can this hold? 10 buckets, that's it? Alright. We'll just use the tank then. Alright, let me get some pipes out. And we're going to use the mechanism pipes. Alright, cool. Alright, now we need to get another stone generator. This would be generating cobblestone for the entire system. We'll upgrade that, and of course it requires all those buckets again. Go back over here and do it over here. And do this, and 64. It's the one after this. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Holy heck, 64. Alright, cool. Okay, let's get some upgrades here. And I'll put an upgrade on the drawer that's going above the stone thingamajig. And we get some water, get some lava. We'll set this up. Alright, so we're going to run the cable from here to all the way down here. And I'm not quite sure what it looks like, but it starts out with all this cobble stuff. Let's go ahead and set that up. Okay, cobble. Cobble gens, cobblestone. Let's see, how the heck am I gonna do this? Oh, you know what? Maybe it works if I put it like right next to the tank. Maybe that'll work. Let me try it. Put it like that. Okay. Framed. I think I tried this before, and it didn't work. Oh, it works. Okay, sure. That right there. Holy heck. Look at it go. Alright. An upgrade right there. And we'll have 16k cobblestone in there. We can always add more upgrades if we want to hit like million or something. Alright, so let me use the card. Let's see, lock that one. And we'll lock it right there. Alright, cool. And we got the storage controller, which we'll plunk down later on. And then we'll see if we can take advantage of that. Put these away. Alright, cool. Alright, so we need to run a cable from this particular drawer. Or maybe not. Maybe we should plunk down a storage controller instead. And just like link it up to this one and make like a massive network or something. So where the heck are we gonna put this one? Maybe somewhere in the middle. Then it'll be like right in the middle and something. Right. Then you put that like off to the side. You put it next to the fire pit. Yeah. Alright, let me see. See how big this is. Alright, that's the border over there, which is good because that's I wasn't planning on going past the elevator over here, so that's good. Alright, cool. Let's start linking up stuff. I'll link this up over here. And let's see, this is the flux hammer over here. So let me run some cables. And that's filling up. Cool. Okay, so first of all, we need to bring cobble into the hammerer. Just this thing over here. So maybe we'll give it like one space right there. Okay, cool. Now, if you check out the quest, it'll tell you something about the hammerer and the sieve. I can find it in here. Does it tell me in JEI? Okay, there it is. Does the flux hammer will take items from an inventory above and place the outputs into the inventory in front. Upgrades can be added to increase the number of items processed at once. The block can be disabled by a redstone signal. The output side can be configured by shift right-clicking with an ex nihilo hammer. You still call it ex nihilo. Interesting. Alright, cool. So this should be the front. Should anyway. See the little ramp that comes out? But it says you can configure this. Configure which side outputs to wherever with a hammer or something. So if we need to do that, we'll do that. So if it's an inventory at the top, so does that mean I can connect that with the cable into here? Not quite sure. We'll figure it out. Alright, so anyway, but we're gonna probably need a bunch of we're gonna export that out of the network and into there. So maybe a filter exporter on each one of those. But we're not importing or anything. I think it should be okay. Alright, let me get an exporter and we'll figure it out. Exporter. Yeah, let's see, item exporter. Oh, I need a filter one instead. So let me see if I can filter it out with just this. Hey, give me that. Oh, another one? Really? Alright, alright. You know the drill. Eh. Alright, where are you now? Oh, you gotta be an Enderman, huh? These Endermen, strangely enough, is not affected by the fan. Alright, see you later. See you later. Not affected by the fan. Unbelievable. Alright. Now, where were we? Alright, the exporter. Oh. Huh. Okay. Alright then. Alright, let me get a cable. Top. And we'll see how that one goes. Export item. I think I can use some kind of filter over here. Okay, cool. Let me get my cards out. We're out of cards now. Those. Then we get the logic programmer. It's like, oh no, we gotta program stuff. Damn right, you got program stuff. Alright, cobblestone. Gonna put that in the bookmark, drag that over here, and put a card over here, and now it's a cobblestone item. I'm gonna go over here, item exporter, and then I'm gonna put the card in the export item slot, and it should work. It worked. Alright, cool. Now, is it complaining that it doesn't have an inventory? On the output side. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so how would the output look like? Because we need to split that. I guess we should like put that in a drawer or something like that. Because this one's cobblestone to gravel. So put a drawer down for the gravel. Like right here. This is the buffer. Yeah, it's working? Okay, cool. So this is the buffer output. And then if we need to split that 3 ways. That means we need to put another cable down like right here. Yeah. Then we'll split that 3 times. Okay. And then one output for the gravel will be going back into the flux hammer right there. Okay. And some of these drawers is probably not part of the network. I'm gonna think a while here. Alright, we'll see how that one works. All right. Okay, that one goes back over there. Just put that on top. And put that back over here. Okay. But then again, we don't have to do it this way, though. But I need to control the number of gravel. Otherwise, it's going to take all the gravel away. Yeah, that's a tough one there. Now, I'm wondering if you can not allow certain items to go through here. Okay, you know what? Probably be easier if just not make it part of the network or something. Okay, let me get the drawer here. But we'll put one here, and we'll put one here, and we'll figure it out. Okay, so this is the output thing. So let's see, exporter. We're going to need an importer. Okay, item importer. There we go. And then we're going to have to do a round robin on this thing. So that's going to be import all items. We'll click plus on this one. Do a round robin. All right, cool. It's only gravel, so we don't have to worry about any filters or anything. I'll put some item interfaces. All right, right there, and then right there. And then we're going to put another one right there. So, cool. Alright, so this is not part of the network or anything. This is just its own separate network. We don't want to complicate things here, you know. Alright, so that's splitting 3 ways. Here's one way, here's another way, and then here's another way right there. So gravel going into that hammer would be converted into sand. And then we got like gravel over here, and then gravel over here. Okay? And let's see. We also need to put that in a sieve gravel. So that means I have to run another cable like to the other side or something like that. So let's see how the heck are we gonna do that one. What? Okay, maybe we'll run it through the ground over here. It doesn't have to look pretty, it just has to work. Alright. Okay, cool. Is this filling up? It's working, it's getting there. Alright, cool. Alright, so one of these gravel would be going into a flux sieve right there. And let's put that, I don't know, somewhere around here. Maybe we'll put that right there. Okay, cool. What's the information on the flux sieve? We'll take items from an internal inventory and place the outputs into an inventory below. Can I change that? Upgrades can be added to increase the number of items processed at once. Meshes, oh, you need the meshes too. Uh-oh. The block can be disabled by a redstone signal. The output sign can be configured by shift right clicking. Okay, what's the output again? Place the outputs into the inventory below. Okay. So, can I configure this one to be, let's say, over here? Yeah? I think that'll work. Yeah, it's blue. Huh. Okay. That's blue. Okay, sure. Sure. You'd think it would be orange, but okay, sure. Alright, so that means that would be the output chest. And this is the flux... No, wrong one. Wrong one. Hold on. That is not correct. Okay, we're going to need a chest here. Because with sieving stuff, it's going to be all manners of crap going in there. So put a chest like right here. There we go. And we'll upgrade that later. Alright, cables. Some cables over here. And then this one will go into here. Okay. Let's see. Item importer. We'll do that. Then we use another interface. Right there. Okay, great. We're gonna have to put the mesh inside here. Okay, what? Out of energy? Okay, where's the cable? Okay, here it is. The cable, like, right under it. Alright, cool. And of course, this particular cable over here is like yet another separate network. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we got gravel going into this particular sieve over here. And then we got the gravel going to this hammer, being converted back into sand. Well, into sand. And then we got a separate drawer over here, just for the gravel. Because, you know, we need gravel for other things. So this is why we're splitting it 3 ways. Alright, so now that we have the sand over here, I'm going to output that one to another buffer drawer. And that's going to be sand. And I'm going to bring this one out too. And split it 3 ways. Okay, there we go. And I might have to move this around now. Okay. Alright, the cobble that goes into here. Alright. We have exporter. Okay, there we go. And then this is the this importer. So I'm going to switch this out since we're not doing the network ID anymore. Just straight up cables like everywhere. There we go. Alright, so this is see, it's gonna be cobblestone, so that means this is like connected to door over here. So we're just gonna put a card in here. There we go. Let me clear this one. Alright, great. Alright, that one goes into here. And that one goes into there. That one goes into there. That one goes into there. Okay. Now we need to do the sand, so we're going to put the cable like right there. Not that one. Okay. Alright, I think it's already working. Okay, it's already putting cobblestone in it. Let's see what's going on. Okay, that's gravel. And should put some stuff in here too, right? Okay, I don't know where that gravel went to. Okay, logic cables, that goes there. Huh. It disappeared. Okay, logic cable. Okay, hold on. Hold on. What is this? That one goes into here, right? And goes into here, uh-huh. And then that one goes into there. Okay. But where is this gravel going to? Because it just disappeared. It's not supposed to disappear. Look, it disappeared. Where are you taking that gravel? Interface into here. Okay, let me see. The round robin. Import all items, okay. And then that's the gravel drawer. Supposed to go in there. That's like importer. Imports it into here. But there's nothing in here. So this gravel's going somewhere else. There's no card in here to take it out, though. Look at that, it's disappearing. So this is the importer. Imports out of this particular drawer and into here. And into there and into here. Why are you taking the gravel? Interesting. Do I need to switch to pipes pod now? Because that's not what I want, though. Okay, import all items, part settings. Okay, round robin. Passive interaction here. Okay, yeah, I have no idea. It's just taking a gravel and put it in here. It's supposed to be round robin, and it's not happening. That one's not taking it. Taking it right back out. Oh, you're just pulling it out. It's working. Alright, let me get rid of this. And see if it does it. Okay. Oh, come on. Alright, looks like it's not taking it out, but this thing, for some reason, is putting it in here. Whatever for, though. Okay, let me put like a, I don't know, maybe probably put like a drawer on top of this thing. And see if it pulls it. Hold on, let me do this. And now do that. Okay. And then, I don't know, you put some cobble in it. Oh, it acts like a hopper. Which is funny because there is a hopper over it. Yeah. Yeah, it's pulling it out. Okay. Can I, like, not allow this to be pulled out? Let's see, ticks per operation, priority, interface channel. I don't know, can I, like, configure the channels over here? Okay, let me see. Channel 0. If I change the channels, then that one over there, not going to get anything. Alright, this is a problem. If I use the mechanism stuff, I can configure it as like an output or something like that. And then I can like configure it as an in, like right there. But then I have to make a logistical sorter. Alright, let me check out the pipes mod then. Alright, that's an importer. But then I can't do the round robin thing. Why do these things have to be so difficult? Why do you have to start pulling stuff? Is there an option to have it not pull? It's unbelievable. You should have an option to not pull. Fine, here. use the TPS heavy pipes. Alright, cool. Alright, let's configure this to be an output. Now, can I configure this to be like, I don't know, not take anything? Let's see, put that over here. We're gonna do a round robin thing, like that. Then that should work. 29 and 20. Alright, you're not taking it out, right? That's 30 and 20. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, I think that works. Alright, cool. It's pulling it out because, you know, you put an interface here and an interface over here, then, you know, it's gonna pull it out because it's interfaced with these particular drawers over here. It would be nice if I could figure out how to, like, have this particular interface not pull it out of here. I'm sure there's a way, but, you know, I'm not a pro at integrate dynamics. As do I know. Alright, get rid of this. Okay, this one goes in here. Alright. Alright, I think that's working. Alright, cool. Might as well just use everything with pipes, because why the heck not? I'm out of redstone, so we'll have to change that out later. Alright, so we got sand over here. So let's start pulling. Oh, I'm gonna need more pipes, aren't I? Alright, fine. Alright, let's see, go here. Make some more. 30. Okay, we'll just use the pipes for this particular portion. Do it like that. Okay, now I can't see anything in there. Can I not, like, have this? Okay. Alright, this is sand, and this is sand. Now I gotta put down another hammer. Right there. Okay. I'm gonna run it over here. Alright, cool. Then we're gonna do this, and gonna need another upgrade if I can afford it. I cannot afford it. Redstone, why do you have to be an issue? Okay, there we go. And there we go. We're gonna have to do it one more time. Alright, let's see. Redstone, Geor. I'll put that in the list. It's this molten redstone. That means just one block, and that goes into here. And I don't have any growth accelerators. Alright, we'll put that right there. And I'll do a round robin. And what are you putting that into? Alright, give me that, and then put it back into here. Alright, that works. Alright, puts it in there. Missing inventory and output side, okay. Alright, we'll put another drawer, like right there. There we go. Alright, cool. Alright, so over here, we'll extend this out. Then we'll put another flux sieve. And that will take this sand and sieve it. Okay. Item importer. And our interface. Cables. You know, I could probably just use like the regular mechanism stuff instead of just wasting it. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Logistical stuff. Okay. Some of that. Make some of this. And make some of that. And make some ultimate pipes. Right there. Alright, cool. So we don't have to waste any of these interfaces. We'll use them where it counts. Cool. Clear that. We'll clear that. Clear this one. This one. Alright, cool. Alright, there we go. And there we go. And then you can also do this, you know. So it can't be taken out. Of course, we can't do that here because we need a logistical sorter in order to do that. We could make one. It's just one more waste of a square. Alright, let's see. Okay, that one goes in there. Okay, that's the sand. That's the gravel. And it needs a mesh slot in order to start working. Alright, over here, this is what? That one is... Hold on, what is this? Okay, that's dust. And we need to split this one as well, so let's do this. Okay, that over here, and then that. Okay. So we'll use another... Actually, no. No, that's the end of the line, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is. It is the end of the line. Dust. Wonderful. But we still need to split this, so... Yeah. Alright, let me get this. Alright, cool. And then we'll put the cable, like... Let's see. Dust will split into 2. We'll only need 2 barrels for that. Doors. There, and do that there. Alright, cool. Okay, alright. Now we're going to need more redstone. Alright, advanced pipe upgrade, do that. Alright, cool. I mean, it's probably not necessary, right? Because, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Oh, well, it matches, so... And we already made it. Alright, round robin. Alright, cool. Give me that. Dust blocks over. Alright, that in here. Alright, cool. Alright, so, we need to put down our last flux sieve, which is in here. Okay, cool. That right there. Get some pipes. Alright, and then it's gonna go in here to get sieved. Alright, wonderful. And let's see, that one should go into here, right? And give me that, and then put that into here. I think it's supposed to be this way. Alright, let me see. How's the numbers? Still going up? Alright, it's still going up. Alright, cool. I think everything's working. It's a little jank, but you know, there's a little bit of a pattern there, so I'm okay with that. Kinda okay with that. What I could do is probably switch this one out with something else. You know what? I will. Since we're not doing the whole network thing anymore. It would be nice if I can like make that work as a network. Okay, cool. 1. Okay, that there, and then that there. Can you not change the color, please? Stop changing the color. Alright, cool. And this one. And this one. Alright, cool. Alright, that's working. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Alright, so let's go ahead and make some meshes. Okay, string meshes. 1, 2, and 3. Split meshes. 2 and 3. And iron meshes. Golden meshes. Okay, and then diamond meshes. And then further down the line, once we get more netherite, we'll make netherite meshes. And once we get into all the enchantment stuff and all the books and crap, then we can go ahead and put fortune on it. So cool. You know, fortune, efficiency, whatever enchantments can go in the mesh, you know, here they are. That fortune minus fervor, reactive, so touch of all things, soulbound, so cool. Alright, we'll put these meshes inside here, and then it's going to start working. Eventually. There you go. There we go. Pretty nice. Alright, put the mesh in here, and put the mesh in here. Okay, cool. Then we get a chest out. Okay, one there, and then put one there. Alright, where's the output for these things? Okay, let's make the output there, and let's make the output there. Alright, cool. Right, there we go, we're getting stuff. Very slowly, we're getting stuff very slowly. Alright, cool. Now next, we're going to put down a, where did the controller go? Oh, it's over here, isn't it? Alright, let me see. Maybe we'll move it or something. Okay, it's over here. I think I'm okay with that, but I'd rather move it like, I don't know. A few more blocks, maybe 2 more blocks like that way or something. Okay, move it. Or maybe we'll move it like over here or something. We'll put it over here. Okay, let me see. Alright, that's okay. That's okay. I want that option to be able to link up to certain things. But you know what? We can link it to here, here, and this one. And possibly this one as well. Since this one's not, like, taking it out too much. Alright, cool. Alright, now you put some drawers down. And I'm going to use these 2x2 drawers. The space saving. And then we'll put it in the back of something. Or maybe we'll put it over here. Let's see, where the heck are we going to put things? What? Yeah, let's put it in the back of something. Okay. Just gotta stop like right over here. Okay, cool. Alright, fantastic. Alright, locking mode and then the linking mode. Okay, multiple. And we'll link all of this stuff here. And save reboot. Come on. There we go. How are you removing every single time? Stop that. Alright, there we go. Alright, that should do it. Alright. And we'll let the controller populate all these drawers away. And then we'll lock it afterwards. And it's just slowly gonna fill it with crap. Look at this. Look at all this crap. Okay, you know what? We should refill a couple of these simple compacting drawers over here. Because they're kind of important now. Alright, there we go. And what we're going to use this for is for these particular ore chunks and stuff. See if that works. Okay, there we go. Now, what we could also do is have some sophisticated storage chests and put the compacting upgrade in there, like right there. So it'll need a bigger chest and a couple of these upgrades, and maybe a couple of these stack upgrades as well. You can also do that, but then you need to output that into a drawer system and stuff. So if you're going to do that, you're going to need to filter it out. You don't want to output the ore chunks before it has the chance to compact it. So that's the reason we're not going that route. Alright. So let's see. These things over here. Alright, what is this? This is, that's nickel. Okay, that's aluminum. Okay, that's lead. Tin. Nickel is over here. Okay, silver. Gold. Zinc. Iron. Copper. And osmium. Okay, is that all of it? Okay, what the heck are these ones now? Okay, that's copper. Okay, lead. That should be this one. Okay, iron. I think we got them all. Okay, zinc. Is it this one? No. This one? No. This one? This one. Okay. Alright, those are all the ore chunks. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let me look these up. Ore chunks. That looks like more than 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, we're not getting this anytime soon. Platinum, we're not getting that anytime soon. Uranium, yeah, you can, yeah, whatever. We'll worry about that later when we get it. Is it in here, though? It must be a higher mesh or something, so, alright. Let me get these out of here. They're holding their stuff, right? Okay. We'll put down an extra compacting drawer, and we'll lock it just in case. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's the other one? There we go. Okay, and then that's going to be like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now put an extra one, just in case. And we'll lock these. Alright, they're all locked? Okay, cool. Alright, there we go. Now, we gotta keep an eye on this, because it'll want to populate, it'll want to put the ore chunks into, like, over here, instead of, like, over here. But this drawer is, like, the closest, right, to the compacting drawers. So maybe it won't do that. We're gonna have to see. Alright, let me get the, pipes here. Let's do that. Alright, cool. And now we're ready to take things out. So let's go ahead and do this one first. Cool. Got some stuff in here. And now let's do this particular drawer next. Oh yeah, the iron nuggets. So we put that in the compacting drawer. I'd rather make the 3 one though, but I didn't make that. Right, we'll deal with that later. Alright, anything? Okay, there we go. Alright, cool. Alright, now we need to deal with this one. And hopefully it goes into those compacting drawers. Uh-oh. No. No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Don't. Okay, that one's fine. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, put these back in here. So you're gonna put that over here? Okay, you're gonna put that over here. Stop that. Oh, I know why. I didn't link these compacting drawers. Right, hold on. Right, there we go. Let me see. Take this one out. All right. All right, I think we're good. All Alright, there we have it. Alright, we're good. Cool. Let's check these chests over here. Alright, we're good. Alright, now for this particular drawer over here, we're gonna link this one. And then we're gonna link this one, and this one. But sometimes you need dust blocks or something. Then you need sand for something. And then you need gravel for something. And then we're linking this one because we could use some cobblestone in the system as well. So, cool. Alright, so next, we're going to get some cables out here. Right there. And then we're going to link this storage controller back to this particular network over here. Now, let's figure out how we can do that. Let's see, that one goes over there. So I'm going to run a cable from down here. Okay. Okay, it's over here, and that goes over here. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see what's going on down here. Yeah, I can't see crap in here. Okay, let me get a tank. Yeah, does that work? No? There we go. Alright, put this down here. And then I'm going to get an interface. Do I have any in here? Okay. An interface, put that over here. I'm going to need another mono-directional connector. Alright, cool. Alright. Oh boy. Now I gotta fix this. Alright, close enough. Alright, let's see. That one should be connected to that one. Okay, cool. Alright, and now we put this one down. Alright, cool. Alright, so now we're gonna check the cobblestone supply right now. And that's like 62. And the dust supply, it's like 1.3k. And then the sand, like 257. And the gravel is like 262. Alright. Plug that in. Alright, what is it now? 367, okay. Cobble. 16k, alright, nice. Sand, 292. And then what was the other one? Gravel? Or was it dust? Okay, great, wonderful. I think it works. And then we can plug this up, because it's not really line of sight, you know. Alright, cool. Alright, there we have it. Cobblestone, 16k. Now, another thing we can do is we can attempt to speed this up sometime. But I'm not quite sure about the power, because every time I put in the upgrades on, if you remember the old series, all the mods 9 to the sky, we did that before with these particular flux hammers and the flux sieve. Kind of eats power like candy, so we kind of don't want to do that. We can try like one upgrader maybe, and then we'll see how that goes. But it might end badly. So, cool. But we'll try that when we get more of these magmatic generators. And then we'll have to ramp up the lava production as well. What is that now? Like 4 million? Not that bad, though. So let me try an upgrade or something. Okay, upgrade. Okay, here's the gold ones. Here's the diamond one. Here's a comparator upgrade. Sneak right-click on the block to set the redstone output direction to the click face of the... interesting. Alright. I'm only seeing the golden one and the diamond one. The thing is, it takes several of these, you know. They stack up. So, cool. Let me try the golden one. Are there any other upgrades? There's no iron one? I think there's an iron one. They would be together then, wouldn't they? Alright, let me see. You know what? These things look like the pylon things. Look at that. Alright, let's make 3 more or something. Alright, there we go. What? Okay. One of these guys in here. And let's see, upgrade count. It's like 1, item process 2, and R per tick 16. Alright, let's see what happens if I do like all 3 of these things. I mean, it's not gonna go faster. It's just like, hold on. Processing time, 160 ticks. What about the other one? 80 ticks, okay. Alright. How's the power doing? Alright, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not like it's speedy or anything. It's just like, you know, okay-ish. And we don't particularly need upgrades in these either, since it's getting less and less materials the further down the line you go. Okay, you know what? Let's try to make the diamond ones. What? Alright, diamond ones. Alright, speed the heck up. Ooh, that's a lot of power. See, that's what I'm talking about. It just eats power like candy. Holy crap, but it processes... It can do a stack in one go. Alright, we'll see how that goes. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna fly. No, it's just leave one of them in there. Alright, maybe put one in here. How's this one going? These are fine. They're further down the line. Alright, I'll put the last one in here. And it's probably going to take like the same amount of power. Yeah, it probably is. Alright, well, we'll worry about that later. We can always make another one of these. So, cool. Alright, so there we have it. We have some basic automation for all our resources. With the flux sieve and the flux hammer and everything like that. So the very idea of this is we're taking the cobblestone out of here. And then we're putting it into the first hammer, like right here. And then once we make the gravel, we need to split that 3 ways. One goes into the flux sieve because we need to sieve gravel with things. And then the second one goes to this particular drawer over here because we could very well use gravel for other things as well. And then we need to split that a 3rd time, put it back into the hammer because we need to hammer that into sand. Then we need to repeat that, you know. Sand gets split into 3 ways. Goes into the flux sieve over here. We have sand in here for other things, such as smelting into glass and stuff. And then the 3rd path will go back into the hammer to make dust. And then we'll split that 2 times. First, dust goes into the flux sieve to be sieved into materials. And then we have another drawer we'll keep for other things as well. So, cool. And since we don't have another hammer, there's no 3rd option, you know. That's the end of the line right there. You can't sieve you can't hammer dust into whatever, you know. So, cool. So, the output from the flux sieves over here gets sent into the drawer system way back here. And we have some compacting drawers, etc., etc. And I can very well compact the other things as well, such as the flint, emeralds, maybe the coal. And what the heck are you doing over here? Go down here. All right, lapis, and then emerald. Well, why are you over here? And sheesh. All right, here. Go back up here. Oh wait, the diamond. What the heck? All right, here. Put it in here. No, here. Put it up here. All right. All right. Cool. All right. So there we have it. We have some basic automation. It'll take a while. But at least we have something. At least we have something. So I may very well put all the upgrades in here. Just speed it up a little bit. Make another magnetic generator, and then we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. Oh, look at that. There's sand in here. There's dust in here. Okay, great. Alright, so I did some further testing with the trying to solve the issue with the hammer pulling from the integrated dynamics network from the other drawers. I think I solved the issue. I placed an inventory between the hammer and the integrated dynamics cable right here. So it only has access to this particular drawer over here. So I think I fixed it. So it's not pulling the gravel, which is over here, into the hammer, because it can only pull from this particular drawer. So yeah, that's solved the problem. Okay, a couple more gravel over here. That up there. Put another one in. This should go into that one, and that one should go into there. Then the hammer should pull it. There they go. Okay. And this drawer is empty, so it's like if the hammer has any access to this network of cables at all, then it'll just pull it from here and into here. But it can't because there's a drawer in the way. So cool. I think I solved it. All right, cool. I added another generator right here because it wasn't keeping up, because this machine's eat power like candy, like I said. These little upgrades in here. So imagine like having full-on upgrades in here. It'll just eat like a ton of power. Get a ton of power. And it can almost keep up. Look at this. This one's empty. This one's like empty. Sometimes it can do it. Sometimes it can't. But I believe it's this machine that's just eating all the power right now. So I think that's the tipping point right there. So I might have to add another one just to be sure. Just to be sure. So yeah. All right. So I added 3 more sections over here. 1, 2, and 3. And what I do is I place a drawer such as netherrack on top of this pipe over here. It'll get piped into the hammer down below. Gets crushed into crushed netherrack, and then puts it into this drawer over here. And then it gets piped all the way into the sieve. It doesn't have to be netherrack, you know. It can be like blackstone. It could be endstone, whatever I want. It'll just go in the hammer, gets crushed, and then gets placed in the drawer, gets piped to the sieve, and it gets sieved. Outputs in his chest. It gets placed back into the storage controller and into the drawers over here. So cool. So once I have enough in the netherrack and blackstone and endstone or whatever I need to hammer and then sieve, I'll just place it on top of these pipes and I'll get some more stuff. So cool. All right. So this has been another episode of All the Mods Head into the Sky. I've been FunBlock, and I'll see you next time.